Hi folks, good to have the opportunity to share with you. I've got a couple of exciting things that I want to share with you this day. And I first want to take you back when we started, right? Alton and I started in this business in 1973, to be exact, on the 23rd of August. And we never knew if we could do it. All we needed at that time in our lives was a way to make some extra money. We had 3 children, the youngest one was a year old, and also couldn't go and work, so we had one salary, and that was maxed out. And so we got started at quite an investment. We were going to borrow money in the bank. We had no security, we didn't own property, we had a rented house. But we got started, and many of our friends laughed at us, told us it wouldn't work, and told us all terrible things about this kind of business, because in the 70s there were a lot of these companies going bankrupt. Anyhow, we got started, and especially one at a shop at ZALAND, he told me what kind of business we were in. I wouldn't repeat that on this recording. But you know, as time evolved, we traveled with a company to Mauritius, and every time we traveled anywhere, Alta would have a list of addresses of all the people who said no to us. And she'd send them a postcard, having a great time, wish you were here, either Mauritius or Spain or wherever it was. So don't worry about criticism. One day they'll tell you you're lucky, you're fortunate, but just tell them you're lucky you weren't lazy, that's all. Lucky you had a dream. And you know, lucky you had the desire to go and free your life. You know, very few people out there own their lives. I was saying to someone the other day, I wouldn't be surprised if you took, at my figures, 80% of the people in this country, if they never had a paycheck for 6 months, would not be in a house, would not own a house, or a television, or even a motor car, in my opinion. I might be wrong, but I don't know. I've seen too many of it, okay? Because when the night we saw the business, a guy said 95% of people at age 65 were either dead broke. Well, we were at that stage, 31 years old, Alta was 25, and we were definitely dead broke, maybe not dead yet. Now it's 48 years later. Now I want to challenge you to have the audacity to believe that God has a plan for you. See, I believed it, and I went to a meeting in the States to get more knowledge of the business. And at that meeting on a Sunday morning, they praise and worship. And the Holy Spirit pulled me forward, and I gave my life to the Lord Jesus Christ and said, Lord, I'll do what I see here in Africa. And it's your business. And we've been blessed ever since. And I want to challenge you. Now, so many people waste time. And I think time's, hey, every minute you spend, it's gone, right? So each day does matter. Make each day to matter. Our business, you don't have to spend a lot of time, maybe half an hour in the evening. Get on the phone or internet and send messages or talk to some of your people or whatever. But believe each day matters. You know, if you want to go and check what God says about that, go and look at in Psalms 90, verse 12. And he'll tell you what it's about. And I think the worst day anyone will have in heaven is when God shows you what you could have been, what you could have done, what you could have had or achieved, but maybe you quit. So I think seriously about that, because you know, God puts dreams in people. He helps us start getting direction again, and we allow little things to put us off. And I want to challenge you. Not everyone you talk to is going to get started. And some who do get started, they don't want to personally develop, they don't want to do the effort, they don't want to put in the energy. They tell you they've got a dream, but they don't really have one. And we've got to look out for people like that, because they could actually destroy your dream. You know, you've got to also have the audacity to accept, to embrace challenges, folks, because you're going to have challenges. You cannot have a victory without a challenge. And that's very important. There's a story on the internet, Monty Roberts, go and look it up. His dad was a horse trainer. He went all over the States in a truck. He was never at school for longer than a year. He didn't do well at school. And when he was in high school, the teacher asked them all to write down what they'd like to do one day. And Monty took a lot of effort and time to put his down, and after a couple of days he gave it in. And it was a couple of pages, but exactly what he wanted. 200-acre horse ranch, a 4,000 square foot home, this, that and other. And the school teacher looked at it and gave him an F for it. So next day he went back, he said, "Why do you give me F?" He said, "It's unrealistic. You're a poor kid. Those things need money. Stud fees cost money, horse ranches cost money, and you got nothing." And he went home and spoke to his dad. His dad said, "Well, it's your choice. You've got to decide who you're going to listen to, either your dream or the teacher." And he went back the next day and he said to the teacher, "You can keep your F, I'll keep my dream." And years later, that same teacher brought a bunch of children for a couple of days onto a horse ranch, and it was his. And on the mantelpiece in this big 4,000 square foot home was Monty Roberts' dream that he'd written down so clearly, and he had an F on it. He had it framed there. And that same school teacher said to him, "I wonder how many other people's dreams I stole, but thank God you had the gumption not allow me to steal your dreams." So I want to encourage you to look out that people don't steal your dreams. So go and look at that one. I recommend you have a look at it. It's a good story, Monty Roberts. You know, God is good at making champions out of nobodies. You know, we're classic examples. I failed 3 standards in high school and left. Everyone said I'm a failure. Everyone said I'll never get anywhere. And that was for them. You know, God put in my heart a desire to do things. And with Alta's help, supporting me, it worked well, right? And God is really a champion, good at making champions out of nobodies. You know, but the big thing you've got to do is watch your health, watch your personal development, watch your exercise, reading, listening, looking at things. It's important to do that, folks, because, you know, the people in your team that you sponsor in this business who don't want to do that will not make it. You know, we're in the health business. You've got to look healthy. You've got to look apart. So we've got to flush all our bad habits. I had to flush all my bad habits. Thank God for us, else we would not be around at 79 years young. And, you know, and it's exciting to understand it. I want to share something with you. You know, we've flown all over the world. I can't even keep track of the amount of passports we filled up. But every time I got in a plane, every time a plane was getting ready to take off, they took off into the wind, not with the wind. And so you've got to not allow challenges and winds from the front, things that give you a hard time. They're not there to keep you down. They're not there to work against you. They're there to make you tougher and stronger and more resilient in your challenges, so you can go out and really do it. And eventually you won't worry about the little things like that happen. You know, the more prepared you are for what God has in store for you, the better off for you. So you've got to do the preparation. God cannot make a racehorse out of a donkey. So we've got to change. You know, I might have been a donkey, but God changed me into a racehorse. So it's important to decide if you want to change, just stay where you are or not. And you know, folks, for things to change, you've got to change. For things to get better, you've got to get better, else it's not going to get better for you. You know, we can go all day and talk about this, but that's a fact of life. Now, it's easy to do and easy not to do. You know, we put off these things, you know. I want to ask you a funny question. Have you ever been bitten by an elephant? And I'll tell you what, the answer would be no, am I right? Have you ever been bitten by a mosquito? And the answer would most probably be yes. I have, plenty. But I want to tell you, a lot of people let those little mosquitoes, those little things in life, distract them and put them off from their dream, which God's put in their heart. So it's important that you look out for these little distractions. Could be a distributor who got started, who told you, I'm going to turn the world upside down. And when they started, had to do some work or face some challenges or face some disappointments, boom, the air went out of it. And it's hard to pump up a flat balloon, okay? Especially when it's got a hole in it. So believe that. Believe those winds will make you stronger. They're going to make you more prepared for what God has in store for you. And the next thing I want to share with you is, nothing that happens to you is bad. Have that kind of an attitude. No matter what it is, look for the good in it. I've had many things happen to us that perceivably to our outsiders would seem bad. But we never had that attitude. We gave God thanks for everything and we look for the good in every situation. And it depends on your attitude. I want to encourage you. Please do not look at anything that happens as bad. Thank the Lord for it and look for the good in it. You might not find it immediately, but keep looking and you will find it. You know, they always say the seed of an equivalent adversity will give you the seed of an equivalent benefit. So look for the benefit always. Look for where you need to go. And I want to give you one bit of advice right now. Value advice. Folks, and run away from negative people. I meet people that start the business, they don't want to read, they don't want to grow, they tell you they've got a dream, but they haven't, and they're just going to waste your time because they're gutless. Everybody wants to make more money, but very few are prepared to do what it takes. Very few are prepared to build a business and a future that will give them residual income one day. This business here, if you build it correctly and you structure it correctly, you will have residual income way into the future, and that's exciting. To me, it's the best insurance policy you could ever have if you built it and you structured it correctly. It's very, very exciting. Now, the next thing I want to share with you, you need to have audacity to live and achieve the dreams God put in your heart. You know, when anyone negative, anything happens, have the courage, have the guts just to say, man, to yourself, it shall be done. Now, many people told us it wouldn't work, it would not be done. They gave us negative clippings out of papers. I never discussed it with them. But in our hearts, we said, watch, it shall be done. And I tell you what, a lot of people look at it today and say we were lucky, we were this, we were that. That's rubbish. We had the guts to hang in there, even when it didn't look good. You know, this business, sometimes you're building it and you're going like crazy, and sometimes it doesn't look like anything's happening. And then suddenly it takes off. And I've seen so many people quit and become confused when those sort of things steal their dreams. So it's important that you understand that. So you know, don't, when things are tough and things are going against you, just thank the Lord for it and keep at it, because man, He's 10 to 1 just testing you to see if you're worthy of what He's got in store for you. And I encourage you, folks, I want to share this with people. Before taking advice for anyone out there, there are a bunch of dodos, there's a lot of information about this business on the internet with other people. Value advice and be a fruit inspector. If whoever is sharing with you how to do the business, to do it, and they have not done it, and they got no fruit on the tree, don't listen to them. Move away. You need to be a fruit inspector before you take any advice. So many people get confused with too many things happening out there, too many different ideas, and they want to try this and try it. Folks, just do something that works, something that's proven, right? The Eagle team have a system that works, it's proven. There's a recording of it on the internet. You can download it, watch it. And the next thing you need to do is follow a good growing upline. Now, your upline might be brand new, but you can always go upline to someone who's got more experience, someone who can help you. No upline will ever push you aside, but you need to have faith in your upline, faith in Neolife, faith in the product. Now, Neolife, the company, the leadership, the people running this company worldwide and in Africa are incredible people. They're fantastic people. We love them. They're dedicated. They're doing a great job. They support our business like you wouldn't believe. The products. Folks, a lot of people come to me and say, have you watched these products? Hey, I'm not interested to even look, because the only company on earth that has whole food supplements is New Life. And New Life has been going for the 63rd year. And I'll tell you something, I can say to somebody, if you use these products and that you don't feel the difference within a week, I will give you your money back. That's how sure I am about them, because they definitely work if you use them correctly. And they're exciting. It's because of home care, because of nutrition, because of skin care, it doesn't matter which of the products, they all work. Okay, and they tested like that, and I am very excited to be associated with a company like we have. We've got an opportunity, a God-given opportunity like we wouldn't believe, right? You know, Jerry Brashfield, the founder, Kendra, Marco Taylor, all the international people, they're guiding us, they're guiding the leadership in Africa and in Europe and all over the world. We operate in over 50 countries in the world, so you could be at home, spend half an hour or so each evening on your business, build it up, and you could end up having a business all over the world and earn different currencies from all over the world. And you never even left your home, because you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody in another place. That's how network marketing works. People who don't understand network marketing don't know what they're talking about. Folks, it's the most incredible opportunity on earth. Once you understand network marketing, how it works, what it does, and I'll encourage you to get as much information from the right people on how it works and how to do it, because that is very, very important. With network marketing, to me, is the future of all marketing. When you listen to billionaires talk about it and endorse it, right? That's exciting. Unless you look up and say, hey man, we've got something incredible. And I want to tell you something, Neolife, the company, our mission is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. Healthier through what we do, our thoughts, nutrition, the products, and happier by helping people achieve financial success. You know, finance isn't everything. In this business, you'll benefit mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. And you need to give yourself that kind of opportunity and not quit before you've achieved all those things. Hang in there and believe you can go and do it. Believe you can go and touch lives out there, folks, because that's what this business is all about, is touching lives and giving hope to people out there. Many people out there are hopeless. Some haven't got their jobs. Some haven't got an income. We can touch their lives and give hope. And you give hope by you doing something, and you becoming successful, and you earning the income we talk about, and you using the products. That's how we give hope, by our example. But if you're not the example, how can you give somebody hope? You know, if you're out there with bad manners and you're sitting there as a fat paunch, or you don't look after your health or whatever, how can you give hope to somebody? So I want to encourage you folks, we are out there touching lives, and you can touch millions of lives without even knowing it right now. So I encourage you to believe you've got the best of the best in your hands. It's an incredible opportunity. Climb into it. Get serious about it. And let's go and touch lives all over this world. God bless you, and thank you very much for listening.